I've been hyping up this 1 week in June for seemingly the last 2 to 3 months now, and just having my fingers crossed that no games would get delayed, and ladies and gentlemen, we have made it, and barring an absolute catastrophe, this is shaping up to be the biggest week of game releases of the year. Up and down, you've got so many quality titles coming out, and we're gonna go over all the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games coming out this week. There's a ton to check out this week, really something for everyone. We go over weeks that may have a lot of lower key titles and whatever. We have a couple of those this week, but you've also got some heavy hitters rounding it out. So let's just get right into it, and let's get into it with my most anticipated game of this year so far, and that is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I know if you're like me and you grew up with Ratchet & Clank, you are immensely looking forward to this, and this is the first full Ratchet & Clank game that we've had that wasn't a remake or wasn't a budget title since 2009. Let's forget about Ratchet & Clank All for One as well, but the mainline Ratchet & Clank game, the last one we got, Future A Crack in Time. I know about Into the Nexus, All for One, but if you want to talk about mainline true Ratchet titles, here we go with Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Of course, this one does follow up Into the Nexus, and I recommend you play that. It's a shorter game, but yeah, if you still have your PlayStation 3 out, that's the only way you're gonna do it. But Rift Apart is shaping up to be one of those games that is truly gonna showcase what the PlayStation 5 can do. Returnal did a good job of that, Demon's Souls Remake did a good job of that, but Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, it seems like they're going all in, and with Rift Apart, this is seemingly going to be one of the very few true PlayStation 5 exclusives, as Sony is moving more into a cross-generational release pattern for their upcoming games in Horizon, GT7, as well as the next God of War. So if you're really trying to get the most out of your PS5, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is going to be one of those titles. The only thing that I could see drawing people away, $70 for a game that isn't going to be the lengthiest game in the world. Yeah, I can understand from that standpoint, but all things considered, I think this is going to be a buy for anyone with a PS5. It drops June 11th. Next up, also dropping June 11th, however, available right now if you pick up the Deluxe Edition, Guilty Gear Strive. Now, yes, the Deluxe Edition is live right now, and it seems like there's quite a bit of popularity. Seeing a lot of people on social media already talking about it, and Guilty Gear has been one of those long-running fighting game franchise that I've been a fan of. Hell, I just checked out my copy of Guilty Gear Dust Strikers on the Nintendo DS. That's a throwback, but yeah, that game I enjoyed, and now we have a brand new Guilty Gear title on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and Guilty Gear has been pretty solid for quite a while with Exert Rev. They've been doing a good job with these titles. Arc System Works in general and their fighting games have been top-notch, and it's gonna drop June 11th, so that day of June 11th, Ratchet & Clank Guilty Gear Strive, pack a lunch, because those two games are big releases, and if you're a fan of fighting games, definitely gonna be one that's up your alley. Art style also in this one, just like typical Arc System Works fashion, absolutely gorgeous. And we'll see how the final game turns out on June 11th. Next up, the day before June 11th, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade and its PlayStation 5 upgrade is dropping. Super stoked for this one as well. FF7 Remake was gorgeous on the PlayStation 4, but now the shackles are really gonna come off. 60 frames per second, upgraded visuals, and then of course you have a new DLC starring Yuffie, and that's gonna be really cool. That's gonna be really cool as well because Yuffie didn't have a big focus in the original Final Fantasy VII. She was an optional character, so now to see her get an episode starring just around her, it's gonna be a really good opportunity to flesh out her character a little bit more, and hopefully they do that for another optional character that was available in the original Final Fantasy VII. But super excited to revisit Remake. Let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna replay this game start to finish? Because I know a lot of you guys already beat the game, or are you gonna jump right into the DLC? Me personally, I want to start it over again. If it was any other week, I would be jumping right into this head first, but there's so much other stuff coming out that, you know, I already beat the FF7 Remake, I did all the content in it, so it might have to take a back seat for just a minute as I play through Ratchet & Clank Guilty Gear and some of the other titles, but still super stoked for this and can't wait to check it out. Next up, another franchise we've been asking to make a comeback, and that is Ninja Gaiden with Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. You will be getting Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Edge all-in-one collection for $40. Now, the only bummer that I've been seeing people bring up is the fact that the game is digital only. A lot of you guys have already moved on to going all digital, so won't be a big bother to you guys, but would have been nice to get a physical option as well. However, at $40, I think they nailed it on the price point standpoint. If they went 50 or 60, it would have been a little bit too much. At $40, you get 3 solid titles. Yes, Sigma 1 shows its age a little bit. The camera's not the best, but I think overall people are going to find a lot of enjoyment out of these titles. Challenging at times, but definitely incredibly rewarding, so excited for that. That's also dropping on June 10th, so pack a lunch for that day too, brother. Next up, we got Chivalry 2. Chivalry 2, of course, the follow-up to Chivalry Medieval Warfare, super popular on PC, came out on PlayStation 4 as well, didn't get a ton of buzz over there, but if you want a medieval multiplayer title, man, they did a good job with Medieval Warfare, and seems like the reception for the beta has been pretty solid with Chivalry 2, and I think people are going to end up really enjoying this, and the fact we got full-on cross-platform multiplayer, that's super exciting, and hopefully that could be a consistent thing going forward across all video games in general. Gonna be exciting to see how this runs on the PlayStation 5, and I think it's gonna run pretty darn well. It's gonna be available on all major platforms, and it is dropping June 8th, that is tomorrow. Next up, we have the latest expansion in the Elder Scrolls Online, the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, Final Fantasy XIV is my MMO of choice, that's the one that I got super into, but ESO has also done a really good job of making a comeback, because I remember when Elder Scrolls Online first came out, man, it was not everybody's cup of tea, but seemingly it's really turned it around. Now, Blackwood has gotten a mixed reception on Steam thus far, and it seems like it's got some issues with that. Some consider it to be a little bit too pricey for what it offers in the entire package, but it's still a pretty significant release, and it will be out June 8th. Next up, and lastly, I do want to give a shout to Open Country, a brand new action-adventure survival game. You know, these types of games have made a big impact on PC. They're very, very popular on there, but this will be coming to PC as well as PlayStation 4. With your backpack stocked and rifle loaded, you are ready to leave city life behind. Make sure you set up camp and a fire before the sun goes down. The wolves and bears are starving and you look like dinner. The ranger needs some guidance from a skilled outdoorsman, and Gary at the Snow Ridge Lodge could really use some more game to get him through the rough months. Are you up for the challenge of surviving in the open country? Open Country is due out on June 10th of this week. So that's gonna wrap up this one. Again, I really don't know what to say. If you have anything negative to say about this week, if you're gonna say that no games interest you, bro, like, I don't know what to say at that point. You got Ratchet and Clank, you got Guilty Gear, FF7, Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, Chivalry 2, Elder Scrolls Blackwood, and Open Country. That is a stacked lineup of games. Sure, if you're not super excited about the fact that PlayStation 5s are still really hard to get and you can't pick up Ratchet and Clank or the Final Fantasy VII upgrade, look, I'm right there with you, and yeah, that's unfortunate, but I think overall, this is a stellar lineup of releases. So that's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.